Hello and welcome to day 9, and today is your social media marketing day. Now, last week we looked at getting you a Facebook fan page started, and in this video what we want to do is we want to get you started in your local area. Now, obviously, if you are not already on LinkedIn, okay, you should be. So you're going to use LinkedIn in order to start making connections in your local area. Now, that's even if your niche is international. That's even if your niche is outside of your local area. And the reason is mainly because if you are going to market your book, you want to make sure that you're developing a local presence in order to sell your paperback or hardcover copy of your book. So LinkedIn is going to help you to do that. Now, obviously, you can make connections in your niche. You can make connections inside of your trade group. You can make connections inside of your industry. However, it is more difficult to use LinkedIn in that way. LinkedIn is a group of small business owners, primarily in business owners, and a lot of the conversation is strictly business, and it's less about being social. This is a professional network, so it's important that you make those connections, especially in your local area, even if your preference is to remain totally online and international. So here's what you want to do. You want to make LinkedIn connections inside of your niche. So you want to connect with people that are of the same industry peers. You want to join relevant groups inside of your niche. So if you sell to consumers in a local area, you want to join groups in that local area. Now, again, you're probably already a member of LinkedIn, but you may or may not be inside of groups where your customers are. So this is the key to LinkedIn, and in order to market your book effectively, in order to allow your book to market for you, you're going to have a change of mindset. And one of the things you're going to have to do is, instead of hanging around only people inside of your niche, only your peers, you've got to start hanging out where your customers are, because you've got to start figuring out what their language is and what they really want, and that's actually going to help you to write your book. Reach out to other authors in your niche, and this is going to be important in later relationships as you start to as you start to have events, as you start to develop alliances. You want to make sure that you have authors in your niche that you can develop relationships with, that you can do events together with, that you can sell books for. Reaching out to authors in your niche is a very important part of working inside of LinkedIn. And of course, like every other social network, you want to share your blog post inside of LinkedIn. It's important to get the feedback of people who are actually going to either be your customers or actually your peers. Start sharing your blog posts, the ones that you're writing, inside of LinkedIn. There's a way for you to share it. You're going to share it just like you would on Facebook or any other social network. Now, if you are going to share your blog posts in groups, make sure you're contributing to that group. So in other words, don't just join a group just to spam your blog posts. You want to make sure that you are contributing to other people. You want to make sure that you are a positive member of that particular group and community. Make sure you're answering questions, and then you can then let people know what you're doing. The ratio is 4-to-1. So for every time you spam actually share your blog post, you want to be helping people three times. So in other words, help people 3 times, share your blog post once. Help people 3 times, share your blog post. So for 3-to-1, you want to make sure that you're doing that. Okay, so that is it for day 9. And what you want to do is to make sure that you are staying on track in your writing, as well as making progress in these marketing areas. So what is your assignment for today? Well, start reaching out to people who can buy your book and who can share your book make sure you're reaching out in social media. Hopefully you've already done this in Facebook, and now you're going to do the same thing inside of the LinkedIn social network, understanding that this is a professional network and less of a social network. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in day 10.